Milwaukee Bucks are ready for this thing to get started. Welcome, folks, and thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us here at 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. The Celtics are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Boston before heading out on the road. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
You know, during the course of a long season, one of the things that you really look forward to is that approaching All-Star break. It gives you a chance to get some physical and mental rest. And really to get away from the game. Your teammates and your coaches, and that's not always a bad thing.
And even though it's not a huge chunk of time, I mean, it's just a few days, it feels like a lot longer because you get a chance to get away, maybe go someplace warm, sit on a beach, and come back really feeling refreshed.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. At the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. And it's Knight in at the 1 spot.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous, stupendous alley-oop.
This crowd just stunned at the sight of that one.
You know, a lot of people thought and assumed that when the Celtics traded Pierce and KG, they just took salary in return. But, you know, the guys they got proved to be valuable mentors for the youngsters on that team.
Here's Boston now, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
Shot by Mayo is no good.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Now here's Mayo. What a tremendous game he played against New York. They get it back. Ilyasova. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. They're trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Pass to the prodigy. Goes up on the wing. They grab their own miss. Here's Gomes. Here's Big Cat. Well, it was only a matter of time that they finally get the bucket.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Knight kicks to Ilyasova. Outside Mayo. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Parker. On target from 13 feet. Parker's got his first bucket in this one.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Here's the doctor. Passes to Silk. The 3. And he gets it to go.
There's a chance he can have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Mayo, the pass to Ilyasova. Outside Mayo. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Mayo's got 5.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
The prodigy passes to Big Cat. Inside. Here's Silk.
My
Goodness, he's right.
Oh my, I can't believe what I just saw. Did you see that? There was no need for the heave, and yet he still made it. Absolutely incredible.
Knight kicks to Parker. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Celtics leading by 3.
Jabari Parker, a self-described obedient kid growing up in Chicago, maintained a 3.7 GPA through high school. He went so far as to say he had lower self-esteem in his younger days. You don't often hear about that from NBA athletes, but it's a reality. Believe me, I see these guys. They often aren't as confident as you might think. But there's no reason for this guy to doubt his worth now, especially on the basketball court.
Here's Silk. Goes back up. It's stolen by Mayo. Parker outside. It's Mayo on. the wing. Feeds it to Knight. Clock at 6. And the call will go against Big Cat. That's his first foul. The Celtics making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Henson's checked in for Ilyasova. Parker dishes to Henson. Back to Parker. Shot is blocked. There's the triple. Rebound, Milwaukee. And as humble as Jabari Parker seems off the court, Clark, he seems like one of those guys who flips a switch when he steps on the floor. Great motor, terrific hunger, real competitive.
Yeah, extremely competitive and confident and assertive. And with his talent, and you add those attributes, you've got a guy that looks like he could be a potential all-star.
And he gets it to go.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Now here's Mayo, guarded closely, kicks it to Knight. This one for 3, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Here's Big Cat. He's guarded by Knight. Durant, the pass to Big Cat. And the pass to the Prodigy. Three-pointer. And so. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, Steve and Clark, your thoughts?
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Up front, it's Henson and Sanders. Walters out there with Antetokounmpo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. The high post shot. A second chance effort. And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Here's Big Cat. And that one is hammered home. Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Here's Walters after the basket by Boston. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's off the back rim. No good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Here's Walters. They set the pick. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Drops in the tray. And the Bucks lead by 1.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Well, it's hard to argue with the effect John Henson has had on the basketball floor. 6'11" Clark with a 7'5" arm span. He obviously is a force defensive.
And a lot of that, Kevin, I think also has to do with how heavy he is. He's got excellent timing and really an innate sense of when to rush in for the weak side shot block.
That's a good point.
And he just seems to usually be in the right place at the right time. That's what we call basketball sense.
Celtics trail by 4. Here's Big Cat. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Big Cat's got 5 points now in the quarter. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I just loved the rhythm they got into offensively. I mean, they really started to click from the outset, and it carried through the whole way.
And that result was indeed impressive. They basically cruised all the way home.
Boston making a switch here. Londo's checked in.
Well, you know, Chris Middleton, an isolation scorer back at Texas A&M during his college days, now is becoming more of an off-the-ball scorer. Got a solid mid-range game and getting it done inside and out.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. His message to them was all about getting high-percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense, lots of shots, and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thanks. And Middleton, not an elite athlete, a little tougher creating his own shot perhaps at the NBA level.
Yeah, but at 6'8" with that nice high release, great touch. I think he has some versatility in that regard, but it's all about efficiency. And with time, he may look to be more aggressive.
And the Celtics with possession here after the basket by Milwaukee. Fires the three. And Sanders pulls it down. Sanders has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Here's Big Cat. 12 points for him. They get it again. Goes. Pass to the prodigy. Second shot opportunity. No luck. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Well, they split the season series a year ago. These two teams were very evenly matched.
Henson's shot is off. Celtics trail by 5 to the wing right side. Here's Silk. Offline with his 3.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And Walters kicks to Henson. Puts up the baby hook. Rebounded by the Celtics. The Doctors got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Both of them would love to surprise people. Maybe work their way up into contention for one of the lower seeds.
You're right. They'd like to, but neither team has fared well at all in this conference. They've both pretty much been bottom feeders.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Boston. Ilya Silva has checked in for Milwaukee.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
And Walters kicks to Antetokounmpo. 2 minutes. 1:56 left to play in the first half. Middleton dishes to Henson. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
Big Cat, he's checked in for Boston. The Bucks also changing it up. Parker's checked in for Chris Middleton. Mayo comes in for Antetokounmpo, and Knight subbed in for Walters. Now, here is Knight. He's guarded closely. Outside Mayo. That 3 off the mark.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. If he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder. Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
And he gets it to go.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
And the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That's his first foul. 54 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's the prodigy, and again, Preston with the triple.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Brandon Knight primarily was effective as a spot-up three-point shooter in his first couple of seasons in the league, but he's getting better at attacking the rim and drawing fouls. He's steadily increasing his attempts at the line.
And Steve, Brandon Knight working on change of speed going into last season. That helped him get inside and draw those fouls.
And you can see he spent time in the weight room, Kevin. He has that frame to carry extra muscle, and it's enabling him